Can I have everyone's attention, please? Well, this is amazing. In my over 15 years of working in public service, I've never once seen a public information meeting quite this packed. So kudos to you. Thank you so much for coming tonight. My name's Jolene Stinson. I'm the Dane County Parks Director. I just wanted to kick off tonight by welcoming everyone and expressing gratitude for you taking time out of your evening to come here today to learn about our park and open space plan, to learn about the Walking Iron Trail, and to tell us what you think. So without further ado, we've got a really big presentation tonight, and clearly a lot of people here in person, and we have people online virtually. There's a camera up here. You can all wave to your friends at home. And I'm gonna kick it over to Chris James.
All right, welcome everybody. Are the Rolling Stones showing up or what? This is a great turnout, and I've been doing this for over 30 years now, not counting Dane County too. And I think I've talked to bigger groups, but not many. This is a great turnout. I appreciate all you guys coming out, especially a lot of you. The trails are open, which doesn't happen as much as we'd like anymore. And so I appreciate you taking time out and coming tonight, and especially since it's balmy out tonight compared to what it's been. So we've got our whole planning team here. That's me on the left. There's Alex right there. Lindsay is sitting down right there. Dan is behind me here. Jeff is in the middle. Whoops. Jeff is in the middle right there. And Jeff, maybe he's watching us at home. I don't know. He was smart enough not to come tonight. So tonight, here's some information about our meeting. We sent a press release out for this, Sam. We didn't give nearly enough notice because nobody's here. Oh, what? So, we sent out a giant stakeholder invite. It was posted on our parks page. This is a public information meeting. It is not a public hearing, and there's a big difference in county government. So a public hearing is a much more formal process. We're just here to listen to people and give a presentation. That's not a park commission meeting, although we do have 2 park commission members here. Tom Thorson is our park commission chair, and Stephanie Brower is right there, and she's another one of our park commission members. But there's no action or official business. They're just here to listen to tonight. This is a hybrid meeting, so people are at home watching us also. And there's 2 presentations. The first one will be the Parks and Open Space Plan update and information about that. And then the second will be the Walking Iron Trail, which I think a lot of you are here for tonight. For either presentation, and if people have to leave half hour in or whatever, email me right there, james@countyofdane.com. So if you've got questions, comments, anything, send them to me. And you'll see that a couple of times throughout the presentation. So without further ado, nice sound intro there. For the Parks and Open Space update, I'll give you a quick overview of what our park system is. It's bigger than this crowd is tonight now. What our planning process is, what the Parks and Open Space Plan is, and a few of the things we started working on, just kind of looking at the county and the population recreation trends. And then I'm going to run through quick projects in Western Dane County that we have ongoing. And we actually right now have a lot of projects going on in the western half of Dane County. And it was not that way for a long time, but it's great to see we've got things going on all across the county. And then we'll end with how to provide input. We are now the largest county park system in Wisconsin in a metro area. We have more acres than anybody else, and I'm pretty proud of that and how much we've grown just in the time that I've been here. These are all our different classifications of properties that we have: recreation parks, wildlife areas, natural resource areas, historical, cultural sites, forest, trails, easements, everything. We have a huge system now. And we finally have a full staff to help us plan, operate, and maintain it. If you're familiar with it, this is our current Parks and Open Space Plan that we will be updating. This goes through 2023, and obviously we just turned into 2024. So it's a 5-year plan, and it's kind of a big picture view of where we potentially want to buy land, where we want to build trails at. Just really a countywide vision for parks and recreation in Dane County. We have been doing this for 45 years now. And so when we first started doing it, make sure I hit the right button. The Dane County Regional Planning Commission used to, how's that for prepared? Used to do our Parks and Open Space Plan for us, the first 3 plans. Dane County Parks started working on it. I started working here in this plan. You count the plans, and now we're on the next one. I've been here for a while. As I mentioned, it's a common vision for park, recreation, and resource protection initiatives and meetings just like tonight. It provides an opportunity for us to check in with park recreation users, with local units of government, with anybody who might have an interest in the Parks and Open Space Plan. And also for us to apply for stewardship grants, we have to update the plan every 5 years. Journey is the destination. I truly feel that meetings like this and the process we go through, sometimes it's fun, sometimes not so fun, but this is really what it's all about. It's not the end product, it's getting to it and talking to everybody. The plan is not a zoning tool. Local units sometimes will adopt it that way, but we make it very clear that this does not impact zoning, and it's definitely not a development plan. It's not even close to that specific. Here's kind of a snapshot of the process. It'll probably take longer than this. I'm being optimistic, but we're right here doing kickoff meetings with the public. We'll be doing more public input processes all throughout the winter and into spring. Going into summer, we'll formulate a draft plan, and I'll just keep going from there, review the draft plan, finalize. And eventually the county board has to adopt the Parks and Open Space Plan. Just another way to look at it graphically. Same information, but basically a linear process that we are just starting right now. So we've done some work on the plan update so far. Demographics is kind of a look at what the population in Dane County is doing. We're working on public input, obviously, tonight. We do a land and facility inventory that's got to get updated. We look at what was done in the last 5 years and update that. One of the big things is recreation needs analysis. What are people doing not only in Dane County, but nationwide? What are the trends? And that's what we are, as park planners, are constantly looking out into the future, trying to stay ahead of what are we providing in our park system and what do we need to do to provide for the next population that's coming in behind us. We look at our different park program areas and some current topics, which I think we got a slide on. Our Parks and Open Space Plan now, and probably the last few versions, is still pretty current. We're still just implementing recommendations from probably plans two versions ago. We have lots to do, and we're always really busy, but we're always also looking ahead and biting off some new things. This is a laundry list of things that we're thinking in this update to the plan that are going to be kind of current and important topics. Whether you agree with it or not, seems like the temperature is getting warmer. I ice fish a ton, and I know it's not like it used to be. Most of you snowmobile, and I think you feel the same way, especially in this part of the state. We have a ton of cultural features on our properties. We've got a lot of native mound sites. We've got all kinds of different sites that we have protected on our lands. Us as a department, we have grown a lot. Our Land and Water Resources Department now, everybody's working on park lands, and all of us are trying to work with them and making sure that we're all on the same page. Regional trails are always big, have been for at least the last 10, 15 years. Improving accessibility to our park lands, restoration projects, carbon sequestration, renewable energy. But most of all, this entire list, this last one right down here probably has had a bigger impact on our park system and recreation in general than anything, I think, in the history of all of us. We saw our user numbers skyrocket during the pandemic, and a whole new group of people who had never been out in parks before, never done outdoor recreation, and it caused some pretty interesting and awkward moments with all the new people out there. But some of those people are still going to keep coming out, and our user numbers just keep going up. And a lot of times we get questioned, why do you buy so much land? Why are you doing all this? We can't keep up. The demand is there. The people are there. They're hungry for it. What we do still doesn't keep up, in my opinion. This is a chart that shows our population growth as well. Dane County used to be the fastest growing. We're second now to Calumet County, but you can just see our population continuing to go well above 500,000 now. And we're also getting older, all of us. Dane County is kind of an interesting population. It's called demographic. People don't want to leave Dane County because it's a great place to live. And our population shows it. We have a lot of old people in this county that they're not leaving. We're staying here. People aren't having as many kids anymore. So we see our youth population going down and our older population going up. To us as a park system, that means we got to provide generation seamless recreation, things like snowmobiling, things like fishing, biking, hiking that anybody can participate in. This is kind of interesting. Race and ethnicity hasn't really changed a lot in the last 12 years. It's been, the different distribution has been fairly consistent. This is also something we look at pretty close, and our takeaway just early on this, and this was the same 5 years ago too. This region of the county, the northeast region of the county, Bristol, Sun Prairie, Windsor, DeForest, this is still the fastest growing part of Dane County, and it was 5 years ago too. We also, I feel like we don't have a lot of county park facilities in that quadrant of the county, so we still will probably have the same recommendation. We need another park out here, just in general, more in this part of the county out here. Recreation trends. This is a hard one, and especially in Dane County because it's such a unique planning environment. We have a ton of dog parks, so go figure, dog parks are very popular here. We have a college university that brings in people from all over the world. Disc golf is giant. If you just go to the west over to Iowa County or where I live up in Sauk County, none of those things play. So it's very, we have to really take a lot of different things into account for recreation about what we're providing, because our population is very unique. It's not like any of the other counties around us, as I think a lot of you would testify to. So I mentioned we look at both national rec trends and county trends. I probably could have listed these out for you before I even looked at the data. This is from the National Park and Recreation Association. Running, hiking, fishing, biking, camping. Nationwide, those are the big ticket items for most people who participate. So now if we pare it down to just Dane County, this is only one source and this is not ours. We have our own source, which I don't have the information for yet. But look again, it's walking, running, hiking, biking, fishing, beach. We have a lot of beaches here. Dogs, we got a lot of dog parks here. Surprised about backpack hiking, zoo. But really those 5 things we constantly see. And so if you ask us why we build trails all the time, it's what most of the people are doing, whatever you're doing on them. I mentioned we're doing a lot on this half of Dane County now, and I think a lot of you here are here tonight for this project, Walking Iron Trail, Great Sauk Trail Bridge. I'm going to go through these pretty quick just in the interest of time, but this PowerPoint will be on our website, on our web page, and you'll see where it's at, or just Google it. But you'll see each one of these projects has its own project page on our website. So if you want to know more about any of these, you can just go right to our website and this is all on there. Walking Iron Wetland Restoration out on Amenda Road, out at Walking Iron Wildlife Area. Huge restoration project. If you haven't seen it, take a look. It's beautiful. Black Earth Creek Stream Restoration. Peter's here tonight. This is just ramping up now, but this is a good example of a project that our watersheds division is working on, basically looking to remander Black Earth Creek and add habitat to it. Indian Lake County Park and Halfway Prairie Master Plan. This is something maybe some of you in this room tonight have been working on this. This is a project that's kind of coming to a close now, but recommendations for mostly for Indian Lake Park, very popular park. Indian Lake Oak Savanna restoration, a lot of work going on the southeast side of the park over here. You've probably seen it if you're out there. We're going to be looking at doing some pollinator strips in the new property we purchased on the south side of the park. Mendota Park is kind of at the halfway point, but if you're familiar with Mendota Park and you perch fish, maybe we'll see you there in a week or two here. But we're putting in about over $1 million of new improvements at Mendota Park that mostly were made through donation from the Ragatz Trust family there. So that's really exciting. If you've been to that park, it's tired. Most of the stuff there was done back in the 40s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and this park needs an upgrade, and that's going to be great to see that happening over the next couple of years here. Prairie Moraine County Park, there's always restoration going on there. Busiest dog park probably in the county, if not the state. Whoops. What do you need to know out of that very fast presentation? You need to know that we're probably almost the fastest growing and largest county in Wisconsin. We're the biggest park system, metro park system in Wisconsin. We are huge now. Overall, our population just keeps going up and we all keep getting older. Nothing on that has changed. These activities continue to be the most popular that we're going to keep putting most of our efforts into. So I know that's a lot, and I did it fairly fast just because I know a lot of you, most of you are probably here for another topic tonight. But go to our website. You can see a lot more information about the plan at your own speed. There will be a survey on there too that we should have up and going by February 1st. The best thing you can do always for anything is to email comments to me. So I think that's the last slide on Parks and Open Space Plan. We are not typically at our meetings, we allow people 3 minutes to talk. Tonight, because of the size of our group, we're going to break out after we finish the second presentation into different areas. Some of us will be out in the lobby so we can talk to people more one-on-one and in smaller groups. But before we get to that, Jolene, is anybody in the chat room?
At this point, we don't have any questions coming through in the Q&A. There are 14 virtual attendees. So tell them if they want to put something in.
Yeah, so if anybody's listening virtually and they want to type a question in quick, and I'll get a drink of water and catch my breath. All right, I think we're probably going to move on into Walking Iron Trail then, which is another PowerPoint file.